Recep Tayyip Erdogan's increased powers will not only impact life at home. It seems the victory has emboldened the president and his government's interests abroad.
Türkiye tercihini PKK'dan FETÖ'ye kadar tüm terör örgütleriyle kararlı bir şekilde mücadele etmekten yana kullanmıştır. Bu sonuçlar aynı zamanda Suriye topraklarını özgürleştirmeye ve ülkemizdeki misafir kardeşlerimizin güvenli evlerine dönüş yollarını açmaya devam edeceğimizin ifadesidir.
In January, Turkey's military cleared the Syrian city of Afrin of the YPG, the Syrian wing of the PKK terror group. Turkey believes the YPG are a threat to its southern border. And now its soldiers are monitoring the withdrawal of YPG militants in another Syrian city, Manbij. The campaign against the PKK is likely to go beyond Syria.
Currently, Turkey has troops within Syria, and right before the elections were held, there were attacks against the PKK headquarters in Kandil Mountains in northern Iraq. I suspect that this will continue.
Turkey's involvement in Syria also reveals differences with its allies in Europe. Along with Russia and Iran, it organized separate peace talks on the Syrian conflict in Kazakhstan's capital, Astana. Since 2012, the United Nations has arranged negotiations on the war in Geneva. The European Union has been critical of Turkey's response to the failed coup of July 2016. The bloc says civil and political rights in Turkey have eroded because of a state of emergency in place now for nearly 2 years. But with greater powers to the president's office, some analysts say relations with the West aren't likely to improve.
The issues are both long-term issues of how Europe can integrate Turkey, and that's become a more and more difficult conversation. And on the other hand, the forces inside Turkey that have driven the society towards the deterioration of the rule of law and the sort of democracy inside Turkey, these are things that are just going to keep Turkey outside of Europe.
Germany and Austria have both said Turkey should not be a member of the European Union. And Turkey's relations with the United States don't seem to be much better. Ankara's purchase of a Russian missile defense system has concerned Washington. The S-400 system isn't compatible with NATO's defenses. And then there's Turkey's demand that the US hand over the cleric and businessman Fethullah Gulen, who lives in Pennsylvania. Turkey blames him for being behind the failed coup. The US has denied repeated requests for Gulen's extradition, citing a need for evidence of his involvement in the attempted coup. But with this election over, could repaired relations be on the horizon? Or will Erdogan's victory only move Turkey further away from Europe and the United States? Hyder Abbasi, The Newsmakers.